Well, I suppose there's no putting this off any longer. Yeah, almost a half hour late getting started here. It's been a day. I can tell you that it has been a day. Um, but we'll get into that a little. Oh, Sagrin! Already an hour late for bed. Well, Sagrin, it is a delight to see you, even if it's going to be very briefly. And Ascended Gravity, thank you for being here. I know you have a lot of choices when it comes to flight sim stream viewing. I appreciate your choosing the Peter Mooney channel. And I think I may have figured out a big time saver that it used to be I would just use this scene that I use for flying for everything, but during the opening I would go to all 7 different audio source strips on the volume mixer and mute each individual strip. Monster. Thank you so much for the 100 bits and welcome in. It's fabulous to see you. So I was saying last Thursday, yesterday, I figured out that I could use my other scene that doesn't have the cameras in it while I was doing the greetings. That it would just make it easier to switch up that way. What? Hi, good to see you. And then what I figured out this afternoon, or sometime today, was that actually I could just, in that scene, I could have all those other sources blinded so that they wouldn't do anything. And then, so in other words, now to once I've done the individual greetings of people who are here before I start, then to turn it over to the bots to do all that and the alerts and everything else. Now it's just the click of one button instead of having to find 7 little buttons and doing everything individually like that. Katie Patton, welcome on in. Sorry to say the time I was hoping to have today to devote to looking into the weird ringing sound in the background got swallowed up because first I had a blue screen of death. It was the 3rd day in a row that I'd had one, so that was upsetting in and of itself. But after I rebooted after the B-side, I discovered that the Stream Deck I use for controlling the camera while I'm streaming was just blank, where there should be 32 buttons, all black, just solid black, just gone. All my camera controls for now. I did this to myself a month ago, I guess it was now, when I reinstalled Windows along with getting the new CPU for the computer. I thought I had backed everything up, but I had overlooked the Stream Deck camera profiles. So in other words, I didn't lose the camera controls for 30 or 40 airplanes, only for the dozen that I had rebuilt painstakingly one at a time over the last month. Sticky Rice, good to see you. Welcome on in. Happy to have you here. But enough about me. How was your week? Happy to see you here. I hope this finds you. If this is your Friday evening, I hope this finds you relaxing and enjoying your Friday evening, or whatever time of day, or for that matter, whatever day it may be for you. So I'm gonna try the flying in the Friday night ops on VATSIM. We're gonna see how that goes. The time that I had expected to be actually planning and preparing for the flight then got swallowed up with recreating enough views for one plane to be able to fly that plane in tonight's event. So yay! So I think I have this plane ready to go. This is the like home-built experimental category of Velocity XL. For the sim, it's been rendered by Black Square, which does a lot of excellent work. This plane was a gift to me by my brother Michael, who you've seen photos of in on my channel here if you're a regular viewer. And I flew it a lot when I got it. That would have been my birthday like a year and a half ago. And then I just kind of stopped. Heard about the bird, and the word is... the word about this bird for me is it's been a year since I flew it. And so we'll just see how it goes. It is, for anybody unfamiliar with it, it's a design. It's a very interesting design. It's got some. Oh. Is it too red? It also looks kind of like shadowy down here. I don't think my skin is actually discolored down here, but it does seem to move around with me. I've been working on the lighting for the first time. Rhinoceros. I saw the comment and didn't even see who had said it. Good to see you, Rhinoceros. Welcome in. Yeah. So I've been fiddled around with the fiddling around with lighting. Which then, of course, and also it's a new camera, and the all of the settings on this camera are completely different from the old one. Is it too red? Do we need to adjust that? We could, unlike the high-pitched buzzing that I have to find out what's causing it and how to correct it with the camera. The controls are right here. We could try some adjustments with it. So what I've been doing is, like, I've made adjustments to the lighting, adjustments to the camera, then use OBS, that I stream with, to make a recording, and then upload that recording to YouTube so I can then look at that recording on like 7 different devices. Because, the colors are a little bit different on every... Well, so the pink highlights in the hair are going to be there because red backlight is what really separates the subject from the green screen. Sleazy, baby, you're on the right track. Something. Hey, Sleazy, welcome on in. Yeah, so if it's too red, it may also be too. So I just before the stream, I made a few adjustments, and I lowered the brightness a good bit because I was just like really white and washed out. But we can go a little brighter. Does that make it less red? And also, exposure I think makes it worse. Oh yeah, see, like that's like way overexposed. So I think that's the sweet spot for the exposure, but I can bring the brightness up. Less red. One-word answers are not helpful. I thought we'd gone over this. Adjectives, excellent. Declaratives, not so much. I mean, to me, that looks better on the monitor that I'm looking at, although once again, despite my having adjusted it just before starting, the camera has somehow moved up again. It seems to do that of its own accord. There we go. That's right. I am not looking... Well, I wouldn't turn out an Oscar on a cold night, nor a David, nor a Fred, but I'm not looking for an Oscar specifically. It could be any Tom, Dick, or Harry, really, but that's a whole other story. Less red now. Okay. Any other things you suggest I try before... Because I'm going to close the camera options and get back to flight streaming. So speak now or forever hold your peace if there's, or for the rest of the stream at any rate, hold your peace if there's anything else you'd like to have me try. I'm open to suggestions. Less red is good. Is there a hue thing on this one where you can go like from, this way's red and that way's green? There's not. Color intensity I might be able to bring down a little. Let's see what that does. See, to me that looks almost like it's edging toward black and white. The other thing is anytime I adjust any of these, they can all affect how the green screen interacts with the various hats. A hijab, maybe. Okay. Holding your peace. Ticket. Oh, ticket. Yes, that runs. Okay, I'm closing the camera controls now. We can certainly talk about, does that say save? My God, the print is tiny on this stuff. Okay. So enough about the camera. Exclamation point ticket to get yourself entered into the giveaway. At the end of the stream, we're going to have a drawing, and the person whose name is drawn will get a free sub to the Peter Mooney channel, unless you're already subbed here, in which case I'll give you a sub to any channel on Twitch, provided you pick one that offers subscriptions. So exclamation point ticket, get yourself entered. Yeah, so let's see, is that... There we go. That one's working. That's good. And the bot played Sleazy's greetings, so that we know that's working. That's excellent. I'm sure sound commands are working fine. I guess we'll find out if they're not when somebody uses one. And the alerts, yes, Monsters 100-bit cheer. The alert played for that. It looks like all of that is working. So we could probably get into the plane and get underway. Monster. Alrighty. Let's see. I can, since we're about to go inside the plane where it will be quieter, and go ahead and turn on the airplane sounds and make sure they're not too loud. No, that's for outside. That's not loud at all, in fact. Well, let's actually, what happens if we will it let me okay. So there's full power outside, a little bit louder, but that's outside. We don't spend a whole lot of time outside the airplane on this. So let's go back there, and hey, there we go. We got an instrument panel. So, glass panel, not really my favorite thing, but there it is. I can deal. I've got my TDS GT-NXi 750 that I'm addicted to for the easily enterable frequencies. I adjusted my glass panel refresh rate in the options because it was doing a lot more of this. It was actually over here, like on the fuel gauges, like the gallons per hour. The burn rate was like flickering. It was like it thought it was lighting up a disco dance floor or something. So I changed that from high to low, and it got way better. Is that right? Let's see. Yep, we're going from we were going to go from one ho to kind, but it turned out to be too long a flight. So instead of going to kind, we're going to K huff from one ho. It is a 0 though, not an O. So don't let that confuse you. So we'll be doing this flight IFR with VATSIM, and you're welcome to fly along if you're a VATSIM user and you want to fly along also on VATSIM. Of course, you're entirely welcome. But if you want to fly along not on VATSIM, just to fly along, also perfectly fine. I'm on live weather. If you're not on VATSIM, you needn't be on live weather. Do we have anybody who has loaded in to join us here? I guess I failed to mention one ho or one ho. That's not a bib. That's a binky. Or a nook. Maybe that's a nook. Wait, is a binky the same as a nook, or is a binky a blanket? Now I don't remember. So tonight's VATSIM event, oh dear, that's going to be a little spicy on the takeoff roll. Okay. Tonight's VATSIM event is two centers. It's Kansas City Center and Indianapolis Center. And so the two main event airports are St. Louis and Cincinnati. So there are going to be, let's see, what's VATSPY telling me? There's 15 controllers on in Kansas City Center, and about 140 flights already, and most of those are going to be, I think, the majority of people are going to fly between those two airports, Cincinnati and St. Louis. So I definitely did not want to be at either of those airports. So what I did, let's see, let me pull the chart over here to get, so here's where we are at one Ho, which is actually Creve Couer, which I believe it was voyaging Terre, informed us yesterday, is French for, well, perhaps you can clear this up if it's inaccurate. We were told yesterday that Creve Couer is French for broken heart. And I guess broken heart is what you get from one Ho, but be that as it may. So this is Lambert Field, St. Louis International Airport, this huge airport over here, and the blue lines here are depicting the Class B airspace around St. Louis International. So Creve Couer is this tiny little field that's tucked, it is broken heart, okay. Tiny little field tucked under the first outer shelf of the Class Bravo, where the floor. So within this circle, I mean, I know most of the folks here, maybe even everybody, is well familiar with Class Bravo airspaces and how they're shaped kind of like an upside down wedding cake. This very inner circle starts at the surface and goes up to 8,000 feet. And so all of the concentric circles have their tops at 8,000 feet. So even this very largest circle goes up to 8,000 feet. But where the center part starts at the surface, the second ring doesn't begin from the surface up to but not including 1,700 feet, is not part of the Bravo controlled airspace. Meaning you could fly, as long as you're 1,699 feet or below, you could fly under this shelf. And so, in fact, where our little airport is included in that, under the 1,700-foot shelf. But then, just so we're going to be taking off to the south here, and as soon as we cross this little line, it's a little hard to see with that chart right there, but as soon as we cross this little line here, we'll be in this section of the Bravo, where it doesn't even start until you're already 2,000 feet off the ground. If we were, so in other words, if we wanted, it would be possible to depart Creve Couer Airport VFR without a clearance, and just keep flying under the Bravo until we're outside the controlled airspace out here. But we're going to get, because we're flying IFR, we're going to get a clearance before we do much of anything else. Hello, Mr. Egan. Well, no, we'll be receiving instructions from the controllers, so we will go wherever they tell us to go. Let's see. So what else was there about? Right. So that was so much. So this, I think, where all this started from was my mentioning that this was my plan to depart from more or less St. Louis, but not St. Louis International, because they're going to be 30, 40, 50 guys in jets lining up to take off from here, and I don't want anything to do with that. We'll still probably have to wait a long time to get a word in to request our clearance, and then wait another long time. Then they'll say on request, and we'll wait another long time while they try to figure out what to do with this one jerk in a little GA plane when they are, doing this big important event to handle all the big important jet traffic in and out of them, whatever. So I don't think we'll get to fly to this waypoint chicken, but it sounds delicious. So the first waypoint I put in my route was the Troy VOR over here, and they're not going to send me right across there. So they'll probably have me fly runway heading till we're well down here somewhere. And then it's runway 11, it's the 11's in use. So their departures are going to be coming out this way. And their arrivals will be coming in from this way. So one way, they're going to either have to send us around this way under their arrivals, or maybe more likely send us, kind of around this way under their departures. Or they may give me something completely different. They may send me down here. So they might send me down all the way down here just to stay well out of their way before. We'll see what kind of clearance we get when we call them. So at any rate, that's the general plan, at least for getting out of here. Oh well, then at the other end, So there's a VOR called Troy. There's one called Bible Grove, which is abbreviated BIB, and then KHUF is indeed Terre Haute, where we're going to be landing. And currently runway 5 is in use there, so I went ahead and loaded in the ILS runway 5 approach for that, since it's the initial approach fix on that is a fix on the airway that we're already going to be flying on. So that all looked nice and convenient. And that's the overall route. You'll note its general football-like shape. Can't find a center map. Well, are we going to be calling center for our departure? Who's on? St. Louis. A lot of St. Louis. 4 approaches and ATIS. There's a. Well, I would think we'd be calling St. Louis clearance delivery, wouldn't you? I mean, isn't that who you would? I mean, we're in there, Bravo. It had not occurred to me to start with center rather than. So I was just going to call. It's high. I was thinking Haute had more of a sense of like best, because like Haute Cuisine or Haute Couture, but now that I see it, of course it's high. So I was certain without looking it up that Terre was ground, but I was thinking more like best ground or excellent ground, but of course it's high. We are in the Bravo disregard. Well, I mean we're under the Bravo, but being that close, I don't. So I mean, it may be that St. Louis departure would do but they don't do clearances on departure though, do they? I'm calling clearance delivery, and then we'll just they'll tell us where to go. Well, they're going to want to tell us where to go in any case, but they probably will tell us who to call in addition to that. So let's go back over here, and what's there's nothing but a CTAF here. Oh, hey, look. Well, that's probably on the chart here because they're assuming that you're going to take off without a clearance. Well, no, so VFR, you probably would take off without a clearance and then call departure in the air while remaining under the Bravo. Taste the dirt once and decide if it's haute cuisine, yes. But for an IFR clearance, I just don't think you call departure. It's just a feeling. I have no experience or any kind of reasoning to think. I kind of think that too. So maybe it's center, and do they not have splits? Oh no, I was confused about which center we were in, and so the center website that I went to did have splits, but it wasn't the one we're in. Ha ha. ARTCCs, Kansas City. We're in Kansas City, right? Yes, we're in Kansas City, and they have Kansas City. So Tracon's online. That's nice, and it's not in their controller documents then, and they don't. No. Wait, what? No. Tracon SOPs, training order, training outline. Yep, I don't see any splits either. I'm sure this is where you looked, so I don't know why I'm bothering to look there. But since departure would be your next, I think I'm gonna go with you on that. We'll start with departure, see what they say, and it's my goodness, it's right here on the chart. So, pardon me. Oh my goodness. It's definitely not anything in the room because it doesn't happen all day. Haven't had my sinuses have not been stopped up since I ended my stream yesterday. Now I start the stream today, and there they go. Oh no, don't do that. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, that'll do. So let's see. Let's get that reset and hop. Oh dear, I've left it. Oh, I thought I had left it all revved up and burning fuel needlessly, but now I don't think so. So did I get? Yeah, okay. Hey, yeah, I did. So 265 for departure, and we could listen to the ATIS at. We're not going to listen to anything till I'm connected. So let me get connected to VATSIM. Oh, and we are not in a P28A. We're in a. I am sure that Ascended Gravity will have it in the chat before I am able to pull it up. But that's only mainly because I can't find the right shortcut. Velocity. It's a Velo. Is it a Velo? Velocity XL Velo. Did you already put it in there? Hey, I got there quicker than Ascended Gravity. Ha ha ha. Isn't PE frequencies and they're not a. Oh, right. Oh, yes, that's yes. And right. But I am connecting to. Oh, I didn't mean to do that on my. Oh, dear heavens. Now I've completely discombobulated myself. Oh, there we go. I'm back. Okay. Oh, there's an ad break starting in a minute. My apologies in advance to those who are going to be going away. Feel free to do whatever you might have to do so that you don't have to go away. There's our Velocity XL Velo, and we are connecting, and we are connected. Now let's see what it gives us for. It gives us an ATIS on 25025. 25025.
Their mission.
Oh ho!
Taxiway Lima closed between Taxiway Echo and Taxiway Delta. Bird advisories in effect. Use caution for personnel and equip adjacent to runways and taxiways. All aircraft to airline ramp contact 119.50 Del metering for push and start. Advise on initial contact. You have information calls.
Karlf?
Lambert Airport ATIS information calls 0042 Zulu. Web 090 at 6. Visibility 4. Haze. Ceiling 1300 broken. Temperature 7. 2.4. Altimeter 3002. ILS approach runway 12 left. 11 in use. Departing runway 12 right. Notices to air missions. Taxiway Lima closed between Taxiway
we don't need to know
and
about
Taxiway Delta.
the NOTAMs for a field we're not leaving from. And then, so let's see. St. Louis departure. So we got 4 approaches and 1 departure. Departures on 1281.
Lambert Airport ATIS information.
Okay, so we can just kind of listen in there and see if we find out anything. And we can do that while we file our flight plan. So let's see, here we go. We are going from 1H0 to K-Huff. And, old irresponsible me forgot to...
number 9 Golf, St. Louis approach clearance on request time.
I think those will still be there if I close it, but I have to close it to get back to this window, which I needed to move out of the way to get to this window, to go to here, and the other back to this, and see what else is over here near Terre Haute. So if we can't go to Terre Haute, let's go to Bloomington, home of the Hoosiers. BMG. Oh my gosh, we have a new follower.
And number 909
it's
Golf.
Beaker Steve.
Hey,
Airport welcome on in, and thanks for the follow. I appreciate that a great deal. BMG. Somebody reminds me if I forget by the time I get the other window back up here.
10 minutes after
That
departure.
our alternate is BMG.
With me,
and
squawk 4617.
How's the level on ATC? They are robust for me. Are they too loud for you? Beaker Steve, Huff BMG. You get out. Wait, you work as a controller IRL, and those are airports where you control? Or have I misunderstood some piece of that? But yes, we are going for the high ground at Halmer. It starts with Hull. Because it's not Terre Haute, right? It's a Hullman.
Negative.
Hullman. So you're working CVG for the cool. And Hullman, yeah. BMG is your satellite. Cool. Yeah, we wanted to do St. Louis-ish to not as far as Cincinnati for the FNO. And so Terre Haute seemed like a good place to arrive. And BMG looks like a reasonable alternate.
Climb maintain 15,000.
But there was something I was going to pass on about that. So you're working center tonight? Is that what you said? Oh wait, so you're working CVG, but what position? Well, we won't be close enough to talk to you anyway. We'll get dumped off by center, local at CVG for the event. Okay, well, we won't get to talk to you then. That's too bad. But departure time. It's currently 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Let's say 1:30. Do I have that right? I have been known to get Zulu wrong. It's currently 1:01. That's what I thought. So we'll aim for 1:30 and see how that goes. Oh, my phone's charging and it's just got to 69%. So let's go in here for 1:30. Well, Beaker Steve, I'm delighted to have you here and thanks for the follow. Hope to see you as time goes on. Time and route. I didn't even look to see how far this really is. Let's have a gander. Back over here. You would think, being the fastidious fuel planner that I'm known to be, 160 miles. The velocity is like wicked fast. Let's give it. We'll give it 90 minutes though, just to. We'll give it an hour and 15. Definitely got 4 hours on board. We're going to be cruising probably at
10:20.
I don't actually remember
on 133.22.
It's been so long since I flew this plane. Ascended gravity. What would you use for a cruise on the velocity? 133.22. Maybe doing this. Let's plan on going up to 8,000, I think. And we're not a heavy. We are slant golf. Oh, and here's where let's see. I took these out.
Departure FedEx 63 Heavy, RNAV Hefner,
what I
passing
usually put there for a flight for the most recent flight we did. I think it saved them somewhere. 160, 170. We'll put 160 in here.
15,000 FedEx 63 Heavy.
M. Glickman, welcome on in. Yeah, let me just find. I'm sure I saved these. because I
Can't say
knew I
those
was going
departure
to be.
vision 505 Foxtrot's landing
Oh.
assured. Sparta, we can cancel IFR.
M. Glickman,
5055
thank you
Foxtrot,
for
IFR cancellation
thank you for
received. Radar
sharing
service
some
terminated. Squawk
love.
VFR for exchange approved.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I know I saved the what usually goes in there because I knew I was going to. No. Oh, come on. Say it ain't so. I have to figure out what to type in there again. Oh, yeah, that's not it. No. No. Oh, there it is. Cool. Ha. Okay. I knew I had saved my standard remarks somewhere. Oh, and then we need to put our route in there as well. So, I don't know that. Oh, is that really going to save me any? No, I think I'll just type it. I know I could copy it out of charts, but then it puts in all that stuff I don't really need in there. So 1H0. Oh no, that's our departure. Our route is it's just Troy to Bible Thump, Bible Belt, Bible some VOR with a Bible in its name or in its hand, but it's bib. That's good. Grove, Bible Grove. Thank you. Yes. M. Glickman, great to see you. And again, thanks for sharing the love. And good. Oh, I'm so glad we got that back to working the way it's supposed to work. That's absolutely excellent. All right. You're not what? Oh, you're not glad that you're back to having to pay for. Well, M. Glickman, it's only appropriate that you have to pay for the love when we're departing out of. We're going to be departing out of one ho. So, enough said about that. Right. What were we? Oh yeah, we were working on our flight plan. So that's from one ho via toy bib to huff, and we can send and receive voice. We can. I'm just going to go ahead and save this for posterity, so it'll be there. That's fine. And right. So I have our one ho to huff, BMG alternate departure time 0130. Pretty optimistic, but we'll see. Hour and 15 minutes in route, 4 hours of fuel, 168,000. Slant golf, that's our route. Let them know that we're streaming. That's it. Let's file this thing. Flight plan filed. The three most terrifying words in the English language. And now I don't remember how this thing works. Okay, good. So for those of you who were not here at the beginning, I'll just mention again that it's been a year since I flew this airplane. I tried a few laps in the pattern earlier today, and they seemed to go generally okay. So we're going to give it a try. But, the previous 4 FNOs, I had varying degrees of success in very nearly killing all of us. So we'll see how that goes tonight. Yeah, no flaps, no speed brakes. Yeah, it's pitch and power, and yeah. So why not challenge our relative skills at using pitch and power to control speed and rate of descent? Woo-hoo, it should be interesting. Are we ready to call for a clearance? I know I'm not. I think I'm actually going to have to take a break before we get underway, but we could get our clearance before we actually get going, right? Because we may have to wait for quite a long time. Oh my!
JetBlue 907, Contact
Tyro,
Kansas City Center on 122.87.
Tyro, welcome on in, the real Tyra Goth. Delighted to see you. Get that page out of the way because we don't need that.
Triple 997. Contact Kansas City Center 132.87.
Oh, right. So, there's one last audio check before we go. I think I asked before, and if anybody responded, I didn't see the response in the chat. At least, at the very least, it
St. Louis
drowns me
departure,
out a
Delta
little.
1571
Okay.
at
All right. Yeah.
3,200
So I
feet,
can
5,000 feet.
hear.
Delta
They're loud enough that
1571, St.
I will
Louis
be able
departure,
to hear
radar
them clearly. Oh, you ascended gravity. Thank you for copying and pasting. So let's go to
Well, that was a close one.
settings and audio. Oh, yes. Well, they are completely maxed. So let's let the I'll put the I had disabled the
Delta
realistic
1574, St. Louis
audio
departure,
effects.
radar
So,
contact, climate, and
so that's realistic effects
maintain
back to garble it a little,
5,000.
and that's
I maintain
about a 30%
15,000,
reduction
1571.
on the slider in their volume. So am I now drowning them out a little bit? Because as long as I am, I can still hear them fine. And I think I'll be able to hear them over any of the stream sounds that happen. About equal. Okay. Well, if they're not too loud, I'm going to leave it this loud in case there are stream sounds like this one. Maybe he'll talk again while the love command's going on, and we'll get an actual comparison of what's going on.
American
Yeah,
240,
okay.
contact Kansas
So
City
can you
Center
still hear them
on
over the music?
126.97.
And then can you hear me over them and over the music? That would be an excellent test.
33,000,
Excellent timing on the audio level check there. Okay, so I'm gonna close that out unless I hear
Mac
something
200,
any moment now.
St. Louis
Okay,
departure,
not seeing
radar
anything.
contact, climate, and
I'm
maintain
going to apply
140.
that and say okay. And then I think we can. I think that means we're ready to call them. Oh, brother. Oh dear, there's a
Delta
okay, well there was a break.
1571.
It's gonna trip me up all night saying
City
velocity.
Center on 122.87.
Ooh.
133.87, Delta 1571, see ya.
Whoa! Oh, my apologies. So wait, love at 300%. What is? Oh, you mean we could turn the volume up on love?
1459, 3,000 for 5,000, Arnav Hefner.
Okay, well, so everybody sounds normal but that one pilot, so I'm not gonna...
Delta 1459, St. Louis
Okay,
departure, radar contact.
that's a zero
climb
on
and
the
maintain
slider,
8,000.
and I can still hear them, so
8,000, Delta
I'm gonna...
1459.
Let's see how it goes with the volume set there. Okay. Yeah, Tyra, that was horrific. And that's a V-pilot bug. Interesting. About equal still, but that's, well, I can try popping it down a little more. I'm not going to pop it down
Delta
low enough that I
Mango
can't hear
climb,
them.
maintain 7,000.
7,000, Delta 1459.
That's as low as it goes. Let's see how that
Midwest
is.
8200, contact Kansas City Center 132.87.
Oh my gosh. Hey!
132.87, Midwest 8200.
Monkey UK, welcome on in. We're just trying to get some appropriate audio levels set for VATSIM, and then we're going to call for a clearance and do an IFR flight in the FNO. And we're going from Creve, Couer, Missouri to Terre, Haute, Indiana. It's Septi, welcome on in. And go around acknowledge, happy to see you here. Squawk ID, hey, welcome on in. Thank you so much for the raid, Monkey UK. And Monkey UK, thank you for the follow. Let me, I should be able to, if I can find the right mouse, I should be able to click on you and follow back. Oh, I can. Yeah, very good.
200, 1000, climb for
Thanks again for the
14,000.
raid. Welcome,
Louis
welcome, Onion
893,
Raiders.
St. Louis departure,
And,
contact Kansas City Center 132.87.
I mean, if I can get a word in edgewise here, I'm going to call for clearance. Oh, hey, it's Septi and Squawk ID. Thanks to both of you for the follow as well. Actually, I might wait for those alert sounds to finish up before I try hopping on frequency, because we're going to try getting our clearance from departure. Not really sure if that's who we should call, because we're avoiding departing the main event airport, which is St. Louis International. We're avoiding the mess over here by departing from this tiny little field at Creve, Couer, and so it's not exactly clear who to call for our clearance, but we decided departure was our best bet, so we're going to try there. And it's St. Louis departure. St. Louis departure, velocity 8080 Alpha, IFR clearance to Terre, Haute.
Southwest 755, St. Louis departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 14,000.
Southwest 55, climb and maintain 14,000.
Delta 1459, confirm you're on the Chuck 6 departure.
Yeah, we're on the Chuck 6, direct Chuck at the moment, Delta 1459.
Delta 1459, roger, climb, maintain 15,000.
15,000, Delta 1459.
AG, is that you over there with the fuel truck, bud? Oh dear. That looks quite painful. Are you Gertie ascended gravity?
And departure King Air 4 to X-ray 1.4 for 5,000 runway heading.
King Air 42
Oh, I must
Tango
have tags
X-ray,
turned off. Do I?
St. Louis departure, radar contact,
I do.
climb and maintain 10,000.
Up to 10,000 King Air 4 to Tango X-ray.
Do you think he's just going to ignore me because he's not the guy and he doesn't want to tell me who is? That was rude, wasn't it? Battling PC. Kev Mikwa, thank you for coming by. Delighted to see you. Yeah, everything's fine. Today was the third day
Southwest 755,
in a row that I got
Kansas
a
City
blue
Center
screen of death.
133.22.
And it occurred to somebody in Scotty's stream earlier that this is also the third day in a row since the world update. Coincidence? Hopefully, but we'll have to see about that. What do you think of center gravity? Should we try center? And how many center frequencies are on for, yeah, 4 of them. Huh. We could try the center that has an instructor working the position.
Delta 1459, contact Kansas City Center on 126.907.
2697, Delta 1459. Thank you for everything. Have a good night.
St. Louis departure, velocity 8080 Alpha. Is this the frequency for us to call for IFR clearance to Terre Haute? Am I maybe not transmitting? It's lighting up.
Number 8080 Alpha, roger, clearance on request, standby.
There we go. Yeah, so Kevin McWilder, there's that. But then, whatever happened at the moment,
Number 42 Tango
or whatever else
X-ray,
was going
clear
on at the moment the B-side
Springfield,
happened,
Springfield, thanks for
it killed my Stream Deck profile, the Stream Deck that I use for camera to work the cameras when I'm
Number
streaming.
42 Tango X-ray, climb and maintain.
So all my, you know, I've got like a separate
15,000
camera profile for each airplane.
Forward to Terre.
So those are gone, but I rebuilt one
Yes, correction.
from
direct spinner.
nothing.
Thanks. Forward to Terre.
So currently, this is the only airplane that's stream ready. Yeah. Should we have a poll on whether or not we're going to get a full route? Oops.
St. Louis departure, surfily call Southwest 1129, passing 4,900 feet.
Southwest 129, St. Louis departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 8,000.
Climb maintain 8,000, Southwest 1129.
Thank you, Kev. It was painful, and the pain will continue for some number of days while I rebuild those. Or I could, if I look, there's a silver lining, which is, so a month ago when I reinstalled Windows at this, you know, around the same time as getting the new CPU in the computer, I thought I had backed everything up, but I had not backed up the Stream Deck profiles. So I had actually only rebuilt about a dozen of them, and in that process, I kind of discovered that there was a lot that I could have standardized from one plane to the next, so that, like, when I add a new plane, 3/4 of what I'm going to want for it is just a matter of just copying over from an existing plane. It does let me make backups, and I will do that from now on. I'm told older versions of it automatically backed up on a regular basis, but for some reason they decided that was a bug, not a feature, and took it away. You know, I worked for a software company for 15 years, so I won't complain about.
Number 8080 Alpha, I have your clearance advisor at a copy.
We're ready, 80 Alpha.
Number 8080 Alpha, cleared to the Terre Haute Airport as filed. On departure, maintain 6,000, expect 8,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure with me, squawk 2537.
Velocity 8080 Alpha, cleared to the Terre Haute Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 6,000, expect 8,000 in 10 minutes. Departure with you, squawk 2537, Velocity 80 Alpha.
Number 8080 Alpha, read back correct. Advise number 1 at the runway, ready for departure.
Wilco 80 Alpha. 80 after?
Passing 4,000 for
80 after. Interesting.
Pilot
Okay.
Club 693,
Let's
St. Louis
go to the
departure,
GPS.
radar contact, climb and maintain
Put in a
15,000.
2537. La 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 la. There we go. And enter. Does it go to standby? Standby. Lovely. We like the standby because we have our auto mode C on takeoff set in. Climb maintain 6,000. So we could go ahead and dial that in, right? Yeah, up here, I think.
Freedom 909er Golf. Runway 13, taxi via Echo.
Oop.
departure Southwest 1129, request higher.
There we go.
Southwest 1129, climb and maintain 15,000.
15,129.
And departure is with
Departure,
him,
good evening,
so we're
TBM
going to need
515 November, is
the
climbing through
CTAF in
2,100
here
to 3,000
before then, and that's, remind me, it's 22.8 universal CTAF in VATSIM, isn't that right? 22.8? I hope so. Oh gosh, I forgot to mention, if you came in on the raid and you're still here, type !ticket if you didn't already when you got here. You don't have to be present to win. We're going to do a giveaway for a free sub to the Peter Mooney channel. We'll do that at the end of the stream, but if you're not here, well, if you're not already a sub and you're not here, I'll just gift you a sub to this channel. But if the winner of the drawing is not here and is already sub to the Peter Mooney channel, then I will give that person a sub to any channel on Twitch, and I'll send them a message to find out who they want. So, at any rate, that's how that part of the evening works. Okay, so let's see. I got no flaps or speed brakes to check. We're good with that. We've got. Oh, did we get the? There's not even. This field is so tiny. There's not only there's not an AWAS. There's not even an ASOS. There ain't nothing. But the altimeter at St. Louis was. Did I write it down? I thought I wrote it down.
Contact Kansas City Center.
I didn't write it down, but I got it right here in charts. Let me just go back to the flights. Now I got it at airports. There it is. And yep, 25 minutes ago. 3001. All right, so 3001. And our actual field elevation though is what? Let's just have that as a cross check. 462. So, there's a, let's see, it's outer, is the outer
Kansas City Center 13322. Thank you. See you.
There we go. And I just said 462, and it's 3001.
King Air 4,
I'm going the wrong way. Okay.
King Air 42 Tango X-ray, contact
That's
Kansas City Center on
3001. Gives us mighty darn close to 462.
133.22.
Close enough that could be, different parts of the field.
Number
Yeah, it looks like it varies from 450 to.
15,000.
Ooh, man. The runway we are taking off on. Oh, no, that's icy. That's it. Never mind. Okay, we're good. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I feel almost certain that if I don't take a quick break before we depart, that I'm going to end up having to step out of the cockpit while we're in flight, and I'd rather not do that. So if you will bear with me for just a moment. Oh, let's see. Standardize the bulk of the views across the fleet. Muscle memory, absolutely. Yeah, with that muscle memory and the buttons. Oh, Mr. Egan, you've already departed. I didn't even know you were flying along. Oh, and you're on VATSIM.
5000 Southwest 9.
Oh, you're going to get there before me in a 172. We'll see about that. I'll make this break really quick, and we'll get in the air as quick as we can. Then let me put this back here. Whoopsie. And then yeah, I'm going to actually go to the be right back screen. So I will be right back. Promise. I don't come round tonight. It's sure to take your life. There's a bad moon on the Rhine. All right, we are back, and I think we are ready to go. So let's see. Was there anything else that I wanted to think about, talk about, check in on? Oh gosh, Monster! I just realized we never did your Mooney video redeem. Well, let's Monster. We'll see if you're here at the end of the flight. If you are, we could do it then, or we can do it next Tuesday. Okay. So let me just make sure I know where I am taxiing to. That's not what I wanted. I wanted that. May I have that, please? There we go. Yes, so we are taxiing the other way from where we are right now. So let's hop in here. And actually, what's our time of day? I made it a little earlier than what it really is, just so that we wouldn't be doing this both in the clouds and in the dark. But it's getting darker as the. Oh no, that's okay, fine. We will live with that. So yeah, let's get the park and brake off. Whoopsie! Oh boy, almost turned the avionics master off.
126.9 or 7.
Order 126.
Is there a? Yeah, no. There's only the one taxiway, so it's not even got a letter assigned to it. Tyra, before we start, go cowboy hat. There we go. Very good. Alrighty. That means I need to start the hat timer music for Cowboy.
Clear direct St. Louis Airport.
Okie doke. There we go. Yes, indeedy then. Alright.
Flight.
Oh, we'll need to switch over to the CTAF channel before we
descend to maintain 7,000.
talk to them, won't we? Alrighty. And it's Creve Couer, I'm sure. That doesn't have a different name, does it? Nope, Creve Couer. Alright. Creve Couer, Velocity 8080, Alpha Taxi from the ramp to runway 16, Creve Couer. Here we go. Let's swing it on around. And I think there's our taxiway right over there. All right. And we're not all that far to go. Down to that end of the runway here. Such a funny looking airplane. I really love looking at it. Whoopsie. One day I will become ambidextrous enough to be able to do two things at once. At the moment, I can't even do one thing at once, so we'll concentrate on that instead. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's not just me. Okay, I feel better. Bro, are you going to pass me? Looking a little aggressive there. Oh, Hawk... Ascended gravity? What's going on? Single tasking can be challenging, it's true. I worked for a software company for the better part of 15 years, and I became, by the end of that period of time, I was a master multitasker. Let's get a screenshot here before we go heading off. Oh, look, there's Ricky Bobby. Oh, that's going to be St. Louis over there. So, yeah, we're going to see probably lots of familiar names. Nah. That's right, I have to be far enough away for the name tag to pop in. And then by the time I get low enough to get any airport in the background, that's maybe going to work. Oh, yeah, let's see. No. There we go. Alrighty. Now we get to see if the newly configured screenshot button on the Stream Deck is working. And it is, yay. Okay, cool. Alrighty then. So. Oh, heavens, something's happening. Oh, Sim Caesar has entered the room. That's what's happening. Thank you for getting a ticket, Sim, and thank you for being here. And we're just about to head on out of Creve, Couer, heading over to Terre, Haute, of all places. We're departing one ho at Creve, Couer, which is French for broken heart. And we're going to Terre Haute, which is French for high ground. And let's see, I think we're about to, right, so we can head back over here.
That's 21 flight, turn left heading at 250. Left turn 250, that's 21 flight.
St. Louis departure, velocity 8080 Alpha, ready to depart runway 16 at Creve Couer.
Number 8080 Alpha, St. Louis departure, standby.
He's got a lot of big jets to deal with. We'll be understanding.
Dutchy 1, flight cleared.
Dutchy
direct
1! Another famous
direct,
Twitch flight sim streamer.
For the ILS 148. Oh, sorry, my apologies. Clear direct Dadney. Are we looking at the right thing, sir? Oh, I'm sorry, Dadney, direct Dadney for that's 21 flight.
Gotcha, hello. American 1315. Yeah, at 1,700 and climbing to 2,500.
American 1315, St. Louis departure, radar contact.
St. Louis departure, number 5420, 5,000.
Endeavor 5420, St. Louis departure, radar contact. Death 21, 2 miles from Dadney, cross Dadney at or above 2,200, clear ILS runway 14 right approach. Okay, depth 21 is cleared ILS 14 right approach. Correction, depth 21 flight is cleared ILS approach runway 12 right, 14 right.
Yeah, AG, what happened? that was weird. I mean, not Lord knows I've done it. But X3 wavy.
Good evening, 423 Lima Zulu.
Welcome back. Good to see you again.
Number 423 Lima Zulu, go ahead.
We're
Yes,
just
sir.
waiting
We are in a
for
hold 8,500 above Mid-America.
waiting to be released for
Pick up
departure.
IFR for descent and local left at
Nanny, nanny, poo
Mid-America.
poo, Mr. Egan. I'm sure you and your little 172 will be there long before us. Did you leave from Creve, Couer, or did you take your 172 off with the big boys
Approach number 26 Mike
at St. Louis?
17,800, pilots discretion 13,000 with the local weather at St. Louis Regional.
Number 26 Mike Golf, St. Louis approach flow, altitude altimeter 3003. You can expect the RNAV runway 11 approach.
3003, RNAV runway 11, 6 Mike Golf.
Endeavor 5420, climb and maintain 15,000.
Climb 15,000, Endeavor 5420.
Dead 21 flight, runway 14 right, clear to land.
We'd like the option 14 right, then straight out.
Dead 21, runway 14 right, clear for the option.
Okay, that's 21 flights cleared the option 14 right.
American 1315, climb, maintain 15,000.
15,000. American 1315.
Approach 423 Lima Zulu.
Oh, send it.
Number 423 Lima Zulu.
Yes, sir. Still looking for that IFR into Scott.
All right. Number 423 Lima Zulu. Squawk 1136.
1136 3 Lima Zulu. And departure depth 21 flights on the missed 14 right out of Scott. We'd like to proceed straight out and climb above 5,000.
I don't know if he's forgotten us. I'm going to give him another minute.
Roger, Dead 21, climb, maintain 5,000.
I didn't make it easy for him.
Is cleared to climb 5,000.
We're heading east out of St. Louis from a field that's west of St. Louis. So he's got to figure out how to thread me in my needle through the everybody. You're going to have to either send me around to the north through their arrivals or around to the south through their departures. So we'll see. Well, Mr. Egan, isn't that special? I hope you enjoy yourself being there all alone. Scotty, too hottie. Welcome, Raiders. Happy to have you here.
Departure, American 2100, crossing 5,000.
Believe it or not, we're just
American
waiting for
2100, St. Louis departure, radar contact, climb, maintain 6,000, please.
26,000.
Screen's going to go black a couple times for a few seconds.
2989 with you, we are climbing through 2,900.